is it? My pepperonis and something's not right here. That's better. And welcome to Baking Bitches, Part 1, or Episode 1, I should say, because this is all going to be contained in one video. And I haven't actually checked to see if Baking Bitches was a title that was already being used. So let's figure that out real quick. So it looks like Baking Bitches really isn't a thing, but there is a YouTube channel called Baking Bitches, but they aren't really going to be a problem. But go subscribe to Baking Bitches if you want to. I mean, I would. Heck, I did. Oh, you weren't supposed to see that. So, if you haven't read the title already, we're gonna make double chocolate chip cookies, which I've made in the past. They're really good. But if you don't want to hear me rambling, I don't blame you. I'm gonna have a link to the website that I'm using in the description below. And yeah, if you just click on it if you don't like me, I guess. But I'm gonna be listing off the ingredients and the things that you'll need. So let's go. You're gonna need one stand mixer or electric mixer of any type, or a whisk, I guess, but you're gonna need some pretty strong forearms for that. You're going to need one regular whisk, that'll come in to use later. You're gonna need some measuring cups and some measuring spoons. You're going to need one whole stick of butter. You're going to need some brown sugar. You're going to need some sugar. You're going to need some all-purpose flour, but I'm running kind of low on that, so I have some whole wheat flour, which will just make your turds really dense, I guess. You're going to need some vanilla extract. You're going to need one large egg. Here's the egg. Some baking soda. A little bit of salt. Some instant coffee. Or you can be like me and blend your own coffee. I wouldn't recommend this stuff. I would recommend top of the morning coffee, but I don't have that at the moment, so we're just gonna have to use Starbucks. Some cocoa powder. And some semi-sweet chocolate chips. You also gotta preheat that bad boy to 350 Fahrenheit. But first, as all good chefs do, we must roll up our sleeves. If I can unbutton these. And wash our hands. Especially with this whole coof going on. Am I right, boys? I'm sorry, I'll never say that again. We had some technical difficulties. We'll be right back. Got to get a fucking new egg, boy. And do you know what you do after you pick up egg on ground with your filthy man hands? You wash your filthy man hands! Ain't that right, you motherfucker? So for the stand mixer, it tells you to use the paddle attachment, but I don't have a paddle attachment, and if you don't either, I found that using a whisk works just fine. Okay, so first thing you need to do is put a whole stick of butter inside of there. And now my hands are all greasy, so that's nice. Okay, change of plans. Turns out I have paddle attachments after all. I'm an idiot. But you will need this later, so keep that in mind. So, now, put both of the sugars in. And remember, 1/4 cup of regular white sugar. That goes in here. And 3/4 cup of a brown sugar. Remember, pack it in there. And then on slow to semi-slow speed, you need to beat it all together until it looks all nice and creamy. So, let's turn this bad boy to 2. Just beat it for 3 minutes, y'all. And if it doesn't look nice and creamy, beat it for an extra 30 seconds until it does look nice and creamy. Now that's a nice cream if I've ever seen one. So now, what you do is you pull up your stand mixer, and then you just take all this stuff. Oh, it's always good to have one of these spatulas handy. But you can just use like a fork or a spoon if you have one. If you don't have one, I mean, sorry. And just put all of this stuff and Now you add the vanilla extract and the egg. And remember, it's 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. If you overflow, that's okay, but I would recommend not doing that. And then now we can crack the egg. I'm guessing that you guys did not drop the egg on the floor like a complete idiot, but I did. So let's crack that bad boy. And plop. Okay. And now you will be done with the vanilla extract and the egg, which is now in the garbage because who wants an eggshell? Okay. And now after you combine those things and optional, put those things away, you can now lock in the stand mixer and put it on that slow to semi-slow speed. I'm just scared. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Okay. Yeah. You know, just keep beating it until it looks like a cookie dough texture, I guess. I don't know. I'm not very good at explaining everything else. So you're going to want it around like this weird snot peanut butter looking texture. And then you can probably just stop it for the next step. And then you're going to need a medium bowl with the dry ingredients in. So now basically you're just going to take all of the dry ingredients, not including the chocolate chips, and put them into a bowl and whisk them together. So remember, you're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour or whole wheat flour if you're like me and didn't prepare for a video. Sorry to take you off your little stand here, but look at that. It's freaking yellow. It's like brownish yellow. That flour's not supposed to be like that. Okay, so after you get your disgusting flour, you pour it into your bowl. 1 cup, remember? And then with your teaspoon still covered in vanilla extract, you put it into your baking soda and just put that bad boy right in there. I got it. And then use your 1/8 teaspoon to get out the salt. And if you don't have an 1/8 teaspoon, that's fine. You can use a 1/4 teaspoon, but just like try to half it. I mean, it's an 1/8 teaspoon. It really isn't going to matter much. Now you're going to want 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. Okay, so after you get your more than plenty inhalant of toxic fumes, yeah, put that in there. Yes, look at that cloud. Oh, then you get your tablespoon of coffee beans, and then you put them in the adult's very expensive coffee grinder that you don't know how to use correctly. Yes, look at that. And you know, why not a few extra beans just to make up for space? Hi, Taffy. Okay. And then put the lid on. What does that mean? And you start it. I think I'm doing it correctly. And after you're done with that, you take your powder and you put it in the dry bowl. And a little extra. And now you do some whiskey business on the dry ingredients. You want, oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. You want to look like that when you're done whisking everything together. Okay, and this is where you're gonna want to change out the paddle attachment for the whisk attachment. You put on the whisk attachment. Perfect. And then in 2 increments, you put in the dry ingredients. So I'll show that. First increment. That was a bit more than half. Like you see that, how it's all clunked up in the whisk? You don't want that. But if it does get clumped up in the whisk, just take it, use your handy dandy spatula, and just freaking go to town on that. and a big pot. You're done with that.
It's clumped up once more, so I will just take it out. And now I'm just going to leave this go for maybe extra 30 seconds, 45 seconds. That wasn't 30 seconds.
But now you put on the rest of your dry stuff. Gosh. And then just whisk it. You're gonna have the last ingredient. Yep. And a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Myself is reading the recipe out loud. Okay, now when you're done whisking everything, including chocolate chips, unless you add something else, I guess, you just. Oh my gosh, what is holding this thing? You undo the bowl, and you can throw the whisk attachment aside, and you don't need this anymore either. It locked. So you're gonna take some wax paper and a baking sheet, put the wax paper over the baking sheet. What's on my hand? Oh my gosh. I am a klutz. And then you are going to roll out some tablespoon-sized balls of dough. You know, just roll them out. Make them as round as you can. After you put these all on here, you put them in the oven for 8 minutes. Well, after you take the cookies out, you can't eat them right away, so you need to wait around 10 minutes, but they're still gotta be pretty gooey in the center. And then, after you get your cookies done, you can eat them after you wait 2 minutes, and they are delicious. I'm not gonna stop this. Not good. If you made it this far, congratulations, and thank you, I guess? I don't know. Well, again, thanks for watching, and remember, stay in school, don't do drugs, and smoke crack. Bye-bye. Now I'm playing TF2, so yeah, that's cool, I guess. Ah, it's back! Ah!